Alright, let's do it. So, we got a VOD review today. This is an offline VOD review from my boy Deadman's Plate. And we're playing Jax against Set. Should be a good one. So first of all, let's just do a runes check real quick. I always like to check the runes. So, against a champion like Set, who has to, get into your effective range to damage you, unless he, throws his W, I would recommend taking, Bone Plating against Set instead of Second Wind, especially if you're going to commit to this aggressive setup with Ignite, which, by the way, is one thing I would recommend you. I know you're a Darius player trying to learn Jax, so maybe that's why you're used to double combat sums, but for your long-term improvement, I would recommend starting to take Teleport and learning how to play with Teleport. But yeah, just in regards to runes, if you're going to take this aggressive setup with Ignite, you should take Bone Plating into a champ like Set, who's very close range, and you should also take the non-scaling health rune, right? So you could get plus 70 health or plus 60 health, whatever it is, right at the start of the game. This will make your level 1, or not level 1, but your early game volatile fights much stronger, right? So, alright, Set gets first blood, off rip. That sucks. That's tough for the lane. First thing is, I don't know, maybe you were taking a piss, but you should be standing here. You should be standing somewhere on the map. You're not really doing anything here. And if enemy jungler were to invade yours through this opening, you guys would have no idea, and your Master Yi could just get killed really easily by Set and Kindred here. So, always important to stand in this bush. You might not notice this in your silver games, but it becomes a lot more important as you rank up, right? But alright. First thing I noticed, this is a really bad E, okay? So, first of all, we should ideally be helping our team if they want to go for something like this, right? We should be there helping Master Yi, because Master Yi, we see on Vision, is getting invaded by Kindred at his blue. So instead of being selfish and going to the wave here, you should be walking down here to help your team, because Jax's level 1 is pretty fucking strong, right? You should be walking down here and making sure Master Yi can get this blue buff, right? Because you guys know that he's getting invaded on the other side of the map. So this is really bad from you, right? You're kind of fucking over your teammate here, which sucks. And then to exacerbate things, right? While you're fucking over your teammate by being top and not helping him out here, you use your E on the entire wave level 1. Which, I'm not sure, maybe you're thinking that you want to kill these all really fast and crash them into the tower. But instead, what you want to do when your laner's not showing, like maybe they're leashing or doing some random level 1 shit, is you want to just auto this first minion 2 times, and after that, you just want to let it chill, right? You auto enough to ensure that you get prio on the wave, so 2 to 3 autos on a minion. And then you just let them all sit here and hit each other. Because what this means is that his minions will be hitting yours, right? Yours will be hitting his. These melees will die before he gets back to lane, right? Because, let me show you what happens. Because you use your E like this, and, you take all these minions really fast, what ends up happening is Set gets to come back here and not miss any XP, right? He's 20 seconds late to lane, but he doesn't miss any XP. Because you stunned his entire minion wave and, killed them really fast, none of your minions died. Whereas, if you would have just, autoed them twice and then let them hit each other, the wave would still be in this area, but you would have guaranteed yourself level 2 first, right? So then you could just keep the wave in this area and trade on Set freely as he has to walk up to the middle of the lane to farm, right? And also, he would have probably missed 1 minion of XP because the minions would have been hitting each other, right? And so instead you clear this wave really fast, and that results in it getting put in this awkward area here, which isn't the worst thing in the world, right? You get your level 2 really fast and you're able to, crash this wave really easily. But this is kind of not as good as it could be, right? If you were to have just kept the wave in the middle, level 1, and slowly pushed it, then on your level 2, you would have been in this area, and then you could have skilled your Q second and looked to trade on Set more aggressively in this area away from his tower, right? But because you fast push so hard, you end up getting stuck in this area when you get level 2, and then you kind of just have to crash the wave and walk away, right? And then all of this is for nothing because you end up just standing here doing nothing anyway, right? It's one thing if like you do this really fast, like 2-wave crash and go and drop a ward because you're scared of Kindred coming up, or you know, you do something with it, but it's kind of defeats the purpose if you just push really fast, which results in him not losing any XP, and you don't do anything with that push, if that makes sense. Plus, you knew that Kindred started your Master Use Blue, so it doesn't make sense to ever do a really fast push there, right? But anyway, moving forward, I took a look at this earlier just for a little bit. The rest of your laning seems pretty good. I think you're standing a little far back here. So you come up, you E, stun him, and then run away from his W. Really good. As soon as his W's down, though, here, like, you can walk back up. You don't need to chill back here for so long. This is kind of unnecessary because you could have, like, gotten a W off on him or something similar during this time. But that's all right. You start hitting the minions, which is good. I can see that you're trying to get prio in the lane. Gets an auto there, which sucks. Nice Q auto. Well done. To be honest, this set kind of fucks up here. Set could have just fought you there and probably would have won an all-in. I guess you do have Ignite advantage, though, which helps you out. But yeah, this is good. Here. Okay, here. Big mistake. Right, so once you get this and you kill this cannon wave, right? Or this cannon minion. And you kill this range minion as well. Dude, you need to be standing up here, right? Like, your rotations, your cooldowns are coming off rotation. And the level 4 timer is this minion right here, right? You hit level 4 on the cannon wave when you kill every minion except 2 casters, right? So instead of walking back here when you're hitting level 4, why not walk up, hit this minion, get your level 4, and then take a trade with Set, right? Like, really try to fight him here a bit with your E and W. I guess one thing is your mana is low, but still, you should be able to, like, hit this minion, get your level 4, and then use your W to hit Set. Instead, you end up, you know, kind of letting him get his level 4, and then you take the trade, which just makes it a worse trade for you. But anyway, we get the wave pushing, and Kindred ends up ganking us. You do a good job escaping this. They're kind of trolling, right? You run back out, still have your flash. Kind of waste your E here. I don't know why you use your E like this, but it's not the biggest deal in the world. You end up escaping another gank, which is really well done. You waste their time a lot. They both flash and you don't flash at all, which is really good. So, like, this is good from you. Nice mechanics to escape these ganks. Run back to lane. We don't really lose anything, which is nice. This freeze, I don't like. And I'll tell you why. The reason I don't like this holding the wave is, first of all, even though this set hasn't, what's it called? Even though he hasn't recalled and bought items, if Set plays properly and he has a minion wave stacked this hard, he will beat you 1v1, even though you have a longsword ruby crystal and he's this chunked. The second reason I don't like it is you don't have TP and he does, right? So if Set wanted to just reset and TP, all of a sudden you are down almost 600 health, right? And you had to pop your potion just to get this freeze, where Set this whole time could have been recalling, right? Like, you run back here and you start the freeze right now. Look how far away your next wave is, right? If your next wave is here, then it makes a bit more sense to go for this freeze. But when it's so far back, it's like, this just has really diminishing returns. Set could have just hit B right here and finished his entire recall, TP'd back, and you would just have taken 700 damage for no reason, right? So yeah, in a situation like that, where the wave is so far away, it's usually not worth freezing. Now, I know it does end up somewhat working out for you, right? Like, you take a pretty good trade on him. He kind of wastes his spells, and you almost get the kill here. You hold your flash, because I think you thought Ignite was going to kill. I don't know, not bad. You could have Q'd this minion if you wanted there, but overall your mechanics are really good. Like, you do a good job balancing this 1v2 in this lane, so well done to you. And yeah, I mean, I guess in hindsight you could say the freeze was good, but I still think it's not a good idea to freeze a wave that big this early in the game when the next wave is so far away, right? If Set would have just recalled and TP'd, you would be in a really rough spot. But anyway, we reset, we run back. Lose cannon, but it's not the biggest deal in the world. At this point, we are behind quite a bit in XP, which is both a result of A, not having teleport, and B, Kindred being in your lane a bunch, right? You're playing weak side, it's kind of hard for you to get all the XP that you can. But alright, we let the wave crash. I think, in general, I'm noticing that, like, you have this propensity to really try to, like, hold these minions from crashing here, which is just not good. There's no need to do this in this situation, right? Because of a lot of reasons, but if we just dumb it down, it's like you only want to freeze in two scenarios. You want to freeze if enemy jungler's top and you're scared to push out, right? Or you want to freeze if you have an advantage on your opponent and you think you can kill them. None of those really apply here, right? Like, we come back to lane like full HP. We're not too scared of Kindred at the moment. And as we've seen, we can get away from her really easily. We know she has no flash. We have flash up. And the second thing is you're not stronger than Set, right? Set is a much stronger champion than Jax in lane. And so constantly freezing the wave like this, especially when you have no teleport, just puts you at a disadvantage, right? Like, if you were to just have come back and just chill here in this area. Okay, first of all, you should have waited to get full HP in Fountain. But anyway, if you come back here and you just don't take a trade like this and you kind of just let the wave come in and farm it and start a slow push, it goes a lot better, right? Instead, we come back to lane and we're already down 500 HP for virtually no reason, right? Like, there's no advantage gained out of doing this, you know? There's no advantage gained out of being at 500 HP. So, in general, I wouldn't try super hard to freeze the wave as Jax that like this often, unless you're in a matchup where you have an advantage and you know you can kill them. But Set is stronger than Jax in lane, and so it's not really the best idea to go for. Anyway, we keep going. We see Set move mid, so we shove the wave really hard. Nice. Get a plate. Super good. Melt comes. Now this is a freeze that you do that I actually like. This is good. Alright, you use your E to dodge some minion damage. And then you commit to an all-in on Mel here. You do really well in this, you just make a slight mechanical misplay here. So you go on Mel, pop your ult, and all that shit. Now here, right? Your Q is down, W comes back up, and what you do is you end up flashing here and then not finishing the kill. And so something that I want you to think about, if you, first of all, flash isn't necessary to get this kill, but in general, right? What you can do with your flash a lot of the time is flash early, right? Flash now. Instead of flashing later on under the tower, just flash now. Because what this will let you do, if you flash behind her right here, right? Then you can keep auto-attacking her as she's walking back to tower, right? You'll be in range the entire time. And then once you get to this point, your Q will come back up and you can Q to her. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you flash early, then even if she flashes, your Q can come back up and you can, like, Q to her again, right? But her flash is down in this scenario. So flashing early is usually a lot better than flashing late. And then the only other thing is, like, you don't really need the flash here. I was looking at this. So just try to pay a little more attention to your cooldowns. Your Q comes up in 2 seconds, so you can just sit right here outside tower radius, wait for this Q to come up, and then just Q on her, like Q auto, and she dies. Alright, but it's what it is. It sucks, but you'll have that. At least we force her out of lane and make her lose a wave. It's pretty good. Run back top. Enemy team's taking grubs. We don't want to fuck with none of that, really. Nice trade. Another nice trade. Walk down. Oh, really big stun. Nice. Set ults us though, so I'm guessing we die here. Yeah. That's tough. We were just at a disadvantage in that fight. I can't believe there's 5 people top so early. Holy moly, what's going on this game? Alright, yeah, so I mean, the one troll thing about this is you have to look at where your team is positioned. First of all, I don't even think your team should be going for this fight. But if you are going to engage like this, you need to look at where your teammates are positioned, right? Like, they're really far away. Mordekaiser just came out of base. And so you don't really have any follow-up, right? So if you're going to go for this stun, you can stun, but you have to walk away immediately. That makes sense. Like, a lot of playing Jax is going in and out, right? Like, you go into a fight, you go in, you stun people, and then you walk away when your E is down. Because when your E is down, you take a lot of damage, right? And especially because you don't have ult up right now, you can just go in there, you can stun them, and then just click this way, right? If we watch that again. You go in, you stun, and then just click away, right? Just click backwards, because you're running into 3 people with just Master Yi who has no ult, and Set is coming down here to fuck you up, you know? So you can get the stun, but you kind of got to walk away once you realize that your teammates are far away. Alright, this was a bad engage from us on Jax. But anyway, we reset. Or we come off reset, I should say. Come back top. At this point, it's kind of hard to carry this game as Jax because you and Set are pretty even. He's actually ahead of you in XP at this point. And yeah, overall I can just see like you're pretty scared to fight him, which makes sense. Here, you take it all in, he ults away. Okay, that's something I'm noticing a lot, is you cancel a lot of auto attacks. Right? Like you just cancel an auto attack there. You could W right here, I think. Oh, maybe not. You're out of range. But I have noticed you cancel a few auto attacks so far. So that's one like little mechanical thing you can work on. Okay, really big kill. Nice job. Really good kiting. Really, really good kiting. Yeah, this is solid. Then you just W. Finish it off. Super good. Yeah, really big comeback kill. Okay, yeah, this reset's fine actually, because this TP's up. Run back top. Take the tower. Not bad. One thing I just want to comment on real quick is when we're thinking about our efficiency, if you know that their entire team is down here taking Dragon, and you decide to come top, right, and push for this tower, don't go and kill the pink ward. You're just wasting time. There's no reason to take this pink ward. Instead, just like push this wave and the next one in as fast as you possibly can. Alright, chill. We get the tower. Collapse on Kindred. All in Set. You should win this. You should be able to just commit to this and win. No clue where Master E is running, but nice. Good kill. Ooh. You could have fought her here, I think. I think you could have gone on that Kindred. I don't know, though. I understand, like, you pop your E early and then run away. Makes sense. You kind of want to have your E up for after when you Q on Kindred. Alright, nice. Overall, we're playing well, right? Get another kill on Set. Run back top. Mordekaiser is dead, so we can't fight Rift Herald. Unfortunate, but it is what it is. Jump in the bush. Kind of just let Set get away. So, okay. Here in hindsight, like, just Q on him now. One thing you can keep in mind when you play against Set is Set has to have an enemy on both sides to stun you. I'm sure you probably knew that, but maybe you didn't. And so anytime Set is in a minion wave where like there's none of your minions in the area, you can just Q on this guy here and you'll beat his ass really hard. You will win the 1v1 really, really hard since you have Trinity and boots and shit and Ignite. You'll win this 1v1 super hard. So just something to keep in mind. Alright. We end up 1v1ing him anyway. Getting the kill. Super nice. Push it in. I mean, for the most part, you're really doing your job here. Okay, you ping to go to Dragon. Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like this. So when you come off, like when you recall and run out on the map, and if we just glance at the situation, right? Our team has these waves shoved in, and so they can kind of handle the dragon themselves. This is where not having teleport comes in, right? I know you were focused on the mid game more because your laning you felt was pretty good, which I agree. For silver, your laning is really good. Like I was pretty impressed watching this. But this is where not having teleport comes in, right? Because if you had teleport right now, you could come here and you can match this Neela who doesn't have teleport, right? You could come here, you catch the wave, you could force her out of this lane and push the wave out, and then you could teleport to take the dragon, right? Or alternatively, you run straight to dragon like you did, you take it, and then you TP top once you see that it's secured, right? Like you could have TP'd a bit ago. Not all folks, you guys get a kill on Kindred and you get the Drake, but overall I would say this is not a worth it play. Especially because it's not an important dragon. Like you're 1-to-1 in dragons at this point in time. So like getting this dragon doesn't really do much for your team. But Neela getting 2 full towers and shoving all these 3 full towers and an inhib, Jesus Christ, is really bad, right? This is really bad, and this is your fault. I know it sucks for me to call it your fault because obviously your team kind of fucking sucks this game, but that is your fault. Neela just got, let's see how much gold she just got out of this entire sequence. Right, before coming into this, she had 7,100, and if we skip to when she takes the inhib, Neela now has 9,300. So she just got 2,000 gold, right? 2,000 gold swing, and all you guys got was a dragon and a kill, right? Really, really bad. Other than that, I don't know what the fuck is going on this game. Like, I don't know why Viger at all ever down here. But just looking at your play specifically, you should match the person. And this is the limitation of having no teleport, right? Whenever you see someone in this situation, you need to be matching them. Unless it's like they have 3 dragons and this is their 4th and they're going to get soul. You do not need to be here, right? You can let your team 4v4, hope and pray that they win. And in the meantime, go stop Neela from getting this tower, right? It would be your best move here. But yeah, this is why I recommend you really should take teleport in the future if you want to carry mid games harder. You can build advantages without ignite in lane, and teleport would allow you, like I said, to push this Neela out of this area, push the wave into her side, and then teleport to this fight and help your team out, right? Anyway, it goes on. She gets the inhib. Sucks. Where are you right now? Okay. So you come in here, you stun the set. Beat him up a little bit. Nice. Kill the set. Start chasing them. Kill the Neela. Nice. Good recall. I like your recall. I also like your decision to go bot here. It's just, again, right? This is what sucks about not having teleport. Is like a top laner's main function in the mid to late game, right? After like minute 17, 18 around there, is you push the side wave. And this isn't really specific to this game. I think this game is kind of a lost cause. Like, I think you played really well, but you can't carry every game. Right, it's just not possible to carry every single game. Some games you're going to lose. But you could have done more with teleport this game than without it, right? So a top laner's main role in the mid to late game is you push the side waves, right? And then you rotate to the objective. And so when you have teleport, what you can do is you can pressure down here. Since you're stronger than Set and you've built up quite the advantage on him, you pressure down here, right? And Set's going to have to answer you. He's like your little bitch on the map. So you shove the wave in, right? You take towers. You push it in. And when Set comes to match it and clear the waves that you push in, right? Let's just fast forward this a bit. So let's say Set comes to answer this. That's when you are free to roam on the map or look to teleport, stuff like that. The problem arises when you don't have teleport, when you're faced with a scenario like the Neela put us in, right? Where you recall, Dragon's up on the map, and Nila is pushing top, right? And so you kind of have to make a choice. It's like, okay, my team's behind, so I don't know if they're going to win 4v4, right? I don't know if they'll win 4v4 at this dragon. But if I go to the dragon, then Nila's just going to push all the way top lane, and we're going to lose a bunch from it, right? And so this is why you need teleport, in my opinion. It's why it's a necessary summoner spell. It's why I don't like playing champions that don't bring teleport, like Darius, for example. I don't enjoy playing because of the limitations that not having teleport puts on you, right? If you had teleport, you would have been able to match the Nila, push it out, and then teleport to the play, and get kind of best of both worlds. But alright, we got bot tower. This game is still winnable. You come back out. Do you kill Nila here? Nice stomp. That champion is so strong. Holy moly. Looks like you do kill her though. Nice. Good kill. And then kind of walking around. End up dying to Mel. Tough. Yeah, she just Q's your ass. Tough. Is what it is though. It's kind of hard to not die there. But your team gets a little bit out of this. And you guys do have time to scale, right? You have 2 dragons. So let's see what you do when you come out of base. I hope you don't ping. Yeah, see, this is a bad ping. Okay, next thing. Mid to late game macro. You're losing really hard, right? Like, you can look at the map when you're in this position and see that you're losing. When you have 2 dragons already, there's no reason for you guys to ever fight this dragon or try to take it, right? There's just no reason. It gets nothing for you. I mean, sure, you can say you get soul point, but that's just not worth it in this case. And so, yeah, unless it's like they're about to get soul on this dragon, just give it. You already have 2. You don't need 3. And you guys are in no position to fight this, right? Like, this wave is here, this wave is here, this wave is pushing in. All of your waves are pushed in. So it's, like, impossible for your team to ever try to fight this. So no need to ping it. Alright, kind of just running around. Pick a fight, but it's just not a good one. Right? So, coming back 101, you give objectives unless you absolutely have to fight them. You cross map, and if you're going to take fights, you take them in your base. Okay? So, the best thing to have done here is for you to go top and just push. Right? If dragon is spawning like this and this top wave is here, you go top when you come out of base here like this. You go top and you push this all the way out, right? And you try to get this tower, or at least push this wave all the way to like this area, because it relieves a lot of pressure on the map. All of a sudden Master Yi feels alright to move up into his jungle. You guys can kind of take over this side of the map while they're busy doing dragon, right? So that's kind of what you want to do when you're behind. Is you could have just like let these guys deal with the mid wave and push this top wave out pretty far. But you end up pushing mid wave out and then catch in again. The biggest mistake you make here, like, this is all kind of fine. You just don't want to fight here. There's no need to fight here. Because when you guys fight and die like this, well, now enemy team has an opportunity to end the game, right? And looks like that's exactly what they end up doing. And you lose, which sucks. So, biggest takeaways from this game that I would give you. Number 1, your wave management needs a little work in laning phase, right? I think you did a really good job playing the weak side, playing 1v2. But your wave management needs work, right? Shoving this first wave, not good. When your opponent isn't showing, just auto like 2 times or so. It's a lot better. It'll guarantee you prio, but it'll keep the wave in an area where you can use that prio and your level up advantage to chunk set out and really fight him, right? Next thing, freezing way too much, right? No need to try to freeze and hold waves as much as you do. Because Jax, another thing, like, just fundamentally, it makes more sense when I consider the fact that you're a Darius player, right? Because Darius does like doing that, because Darius is really, really strong in, like, long all-ins, running people down the lane, right? And so you kind of have to switch up your playstyle when you're playing Jax versus Darius, right? Darius is good at all-in, running people down the lane, and he also has a Q his Q ability lets him clear waves really fast on a pretty short cooldown, right? So it makes sense to me that you hold the wave often, because I think that's a habit you have from playing Darius, but as Jax, it's just not worth it. It's not very good. Jax has no ranged ability to be able to like kill people in this area, right? Like Aatrox, for example, likes holding waves a lot. Not good for Jax, right? And also Jax prefers short trades. He's not the best at all-in trades, especially when you're playing against a champ like Set, whose auto attacks just deal a lot more damage than yours, right? As soon as your E is down, you kind of just lose trades to Set. You're actually lucky that this guy went Grasp, because if he goes Conqueror, then you really have a tough time this game. But yeah, those two things, and also you have to help out your Master Yi. Like, you can look back at this game and say like, oh my god, like my team was so bad, like they did nothing. But you kind of fucked your Master Yi by not helping him, right? You fucked your jungler by not helping him get this buff early game when we saw on Vision that their jungler was taking his buff, right? So you are responsible for this to an extent. Other than that, the most coachable thing was just telling you that you should take teleport more often. Seriously. If your goal is to get that mid-game carry potential, then you're going to need teleport, because it allows you to manage the side wave and the side lane while also having impact on the map at objectives, right? So if you do want to be able to carry mid-game harder and you care less about winning lane, right? Because it's possible to win lane without Ignite. Then yeah, definitely take teleport, because that was the biggest mistake you made this game, was going to the dragon instead of answering Nila when she was split pushing top at this point in the game, right? This was your biggest mistake in this match. Your team might have been able to get this dragon, but you need to be out here stopping Nila from pushing this in, right? Because the game's still super winnable at this point. You're super strong. If you would have just ran out top here, you potentially could have killed Nila, to be honest. And even if you don't, like, if you just push her out, you might have been able to get this tower or push this in and take Romp or whatever, right? You can do a lot more. But in order to do this, you need to be taking teleport. So yeah, I would really tell you to take teleport. Anyway, still a lot of time left, so I'm going to review another one of your laning phases and see if I can get through the mid to late game as well. Holy moly. All right, we're back here for game 2. Dude, Jesus, there are so many fights in this game. Oh my lord. Low elo is something else, dude, I swear. Low elo is something else. Alright, let's watch this. So you walk in, zone kill, pretty hard, early level. This is really good. I like this a lot. And you make sure you get all 3 melees. Nice. She loses a melee minion of XP. Pretty good. I like it. Okay, one thing you could have done mechanically better there is you can E her here, right? You can walk up, E, auto, and you could have clicked and autoed again and then W. I guess it doesn't really make a difference though. You would get 3 autos anyway. So yeah, never mind. Disregard that. Alright, enemy has Vayne Jungle. Interesting. I guess the only thing I don't like about this is I think you're zoning so hard that you're forgetting to actually like get CS yourself. Like these 3 is okay to drop, but from here you should try to make sure you're getting some of these minions, right? It's not always worth like getting damage on kill if you're like missing all of these melee minions, right? Like yeah, you got this really good chunk, but Darius isn't good at diving people, right? And you probably lost like 200 gold worth of minions on that initial first 2 waves, right? So just something to keep in mind, that sometimes it may not be worth trading super hard early like that. Alright, we crush away, we stay. She wards us. We're chilling. Letting the wave come in. This is good. Freeze the wave right in front of tower. Super good. Well done. TPs. Still holding the wave. And we Ghost you. Perfect. Really good. Nice. You're holding the E too. Really well done. Nice one. I love how you played that. Honestly, that's really nice. The way you froze the wave and just ghosted on her ass. Like, you could have done some things better, like auto W there instead of just W. But overall, really good, right? We used a freeze. Again, you could have auto W there instead of just W. Get a little more damage, but it's what it is. Okay, that's one thing. You need to shove this wave in here. This is bad. You just lost a full wave of XP. And you're kind of lucky that she kept hitting those minions. So, yeah, if we just go back to this, right? A half crash like this is never good, especially if she's dead, like this. So, you need to be fully crashing this in the tower, right? Because you just lost, like, an entire wave that you didn't need to lose, right? You had more than enough time, especially with Darius's kit, to shove that in. So, that kind of sucks. But we come back, and we walk around. You're in. Get the kill. And kill that chick too. Super nice, dude. I mean, I like how you play really sneakily. Like, you're always sitting in bushes and using flanks and shit like that. It's super good. Yeah, this is cool. I think one thing I would have preferred you do there, instead of fast pushing like that, I think you could have just started a slow push from here. But I don't know. This isn't bad. Because when you fast push, then it bounces back into you. And now you have boots and phage, and you can really look to all-inner here. It's just the only critique I have about your gameplay so far is that you really forego CS a lot. Which is something that isn't entirely worth it. Like, if we look at your gold compared to kill, yes, you're up a bunch of gold, but I think you could be up more if you paid closer attention to your CS. I don't know, though. Not bad overall. You're still winning this lane super hard. It's just at 8 minutes, we want to have more like 50 at least CS instead of 34. So that's one thing you definitely could work on when playing Darius. Making sure you're getting those minions while also pressuring your opponent is important. Yeah, all really good wave holding. This is nice. That's tough. Yeah, I think this was a bit forced. I think you forced this a bit. Little over forced. If you're gonna do this, then walk up and probably, again, you cancel a lot of autos here. And then you miss your E. And yeah, that kind of sucks. So really, I don't think this is good to go for at all. I think you overforce this a lot. You can wait and just keep farming these minions. And then look to ghost her if she gets too close, like more like this area. But when she's this far away, like, it's really hard. You kind of have to E early here, like E right now. That way you can use your auto W and ghost to run her down and get your 5 stack to ult. You can't really hold your E until this point. And because it kills ult, it kind of just makes it hard. Alright, we're still holding the wave. Pretty chill. We have no ghost anymore though, so it's kind of hard for us to ever. Oh. I mean, alright, dude, nice. Fuck yeah. That's what I'm fucking talking about. Good shit. Nice job. I mean, yeah, that's just really good pathing from you, right? Like, pathing at a diagonal to cut her off. Well done. Really good. Reset. Run back. Yeah, I mean, your laning phase is going good. You really just gotta work on the CS a little bit. Like, the amount of time we've had the wave frozen on Kale, but we still are even CS with her, says a lot, right? It says that we're not paying attention to CS enough. Did we die here? Oh, we didn't. That really sucks. So again, like, I don't know. I would prefer that you have a little more focus on just getting minions, rather than always looking to try to do these cheesy little like wraparound and bush plays and stuff like that. There's a time and a place for them, and they're good at certain points, but like this is just a waste, kind of. Kayle should be able to just run away here anyway, even if Vayne wasn't here. And again, like you're just missing CS that you don't need to be missing. Unfortunately, Vayne ends up being here, so you do die. But at least you get the 1v1. Not bad. A death like this is really bad though, like in general, because now Kayle gets a lot. Alright, we run on back. Look to do a flash play. So, one thing you can do, you know that Kayle has no TP, right? We know that Kayle had just teleported recently, and so there's no rush. There's no rush here. If she recalls, that's good for us, right? We'd like if she recalls here. So, instead of flashing like this, just push the wave in. No need to go for this, right? No need. You end up killing her anyway, which is cool. And you get the minions. That's pretty good. But it could be better, right? And you're kind of lucky that there was nobody topside looking to help this Kayle at all. Because this was just really troll. Like, this is a really good scenario for you. And you almost mess it up because you're not patient enough, right? I think you need to pay more attention to minions when you're playing Darius versus always trying to kill the enemy opponent, right? So just like crash this wave, kill all these minions. You can do it in like 1 second with your Q, and then look to dive her if she stays, right? Then it's a really easy dive. You just walk up to her, auto W, E, auto R, she's dead, right? And then you can just walk out of the tower. You'll still have like at least half HP, and you'll be able to stay longer after getting this kill. Instead you do this wastes a lot of time. And yeah, if you would have played that smarter, you could have even been here to help your team out if they needed. Like, there just could have been a lot more done. But alright, we get the plate. It still works out, so it's not bad. It's not awful. Run on back to lane. Freeze again. Or try to, but because you have Tiamat at this point, it's really hard. Do you have Stridebreaker yet? Yeah, you do. Okay. I want to watch this whole sequence again. Because you know Kayle has no flash, right? And you have Ghost. So I'm trying to watch. She uses her slow, which means you could Ghost right here and kill her. If you pop your Ghost right now, she's dead on my screen. You eventually would catch up to her with your Stridebreaker, and you don't know that she doesn't have ult, but she doesn't have ult. Even if she had it, though, you could have Ghosted at her there, and she just dies. Once this Q is down like this, you can just pop your Ghost right here. And you would probably get close to her around this area is when you would catch up to her. And then you can use your Stridebreaker, auto W, all that shit. Use your E to pull her back when she builds enough distance. Because you know she has no flash. So this was a missed opportunity. Right, definitely could have killed her. But, no biggie. Shove it in. Shove the next wave. Where did you put your ward? Is it up right now? Is this just glitch? Dude, how do I see this? Oh, maybe I'm tripping. I feel like you should have a word up. Oh, that really sucks. Could you have played this better? Walk in. Nice. Aw, good try. So, yeah, I mean, there you kind of just want to, like, Ghost with the W at Vayne here and just W ult her, like, off rip. Instead of, like, trying to Q first, just W ult. Just auto attack her with your W that you already have, right? I'm pretty sure you have your W. Yep. So just W and ult her, and she'll literally go down to, like, this much health. And then at that point, if she keeps trying to, like, run at you and kill you, then you can use your Q, right? But you just want to start it off with the W ult. Probably would have lived. Instead, Vayne gets a double kill. That fucking sucks. Alright, we run back top. Game is pretty close. Really close state. We have the tower, though, and we really kind of shit on the scale, which is good. Grab the Rift Herald. Cool. Run back top. We are quite far ahead of this Kale, which is really good. Use the Rift. Okay, this is bad. Yeah, this sucks. So you can't die like this when you're in a commanding position, right? The most important thing when you win your lane, I want you to think of it in terms of, instead of like trying as hard as I can to push and push and push and push my lead, just maintain your lead, right? Keep your lead the way it is and be patient. Be patient and slowly build advantages, right? Like, use the Rift Herald, bounce in the tower, and then like walk away, because you don't see anyone on the map except this Vayne, right? Your Azir's pushed down here, your team is coming off reset, and so the enemy team's only and best play is to kill you if you're gonna overcommit like this, which you do, and you end up dying, and this is awful, right? One death like this really fucks up the game, because now Kale gets to push all the way out, take this tower, push this wave out, and get a free recall off, right? And again, similar to the Jax game, right? Because you don't have teleport, you have to drop this wave in order to go to the Drake fight. Whereas what would have been a lot better, if we just rewind quite a bit, is if you use the Herald here, got the chunk on the tower, saw that Drake was spawning. Let me turn on objective timers and make my map smaller for a sec here. Saw that Drake was spawning in 40 seconds and just recall, right? You don't need to take this tower right here. You can just crash the Rift Herald and then recall. Reset, walk to the Drake. Within that time, Kale will be pushing the wave all the way out, right? And it should just end up being a free Drake for you guys. And then you'll get done killing the dragon in time to walk back to your tower. So you really want to think about like how you can push the wave up and then rotate from there and affect the map, right? This was just an overforced play, and dying like this just has huge consequences, right? As we saw, you know, they get a tower, Kale shoves this in, gets a free reset, and now you have to lose all these minions because you want to go and fight the Drake, right? It kind of sucks all around, and that's just a lack of patience that results in all that happening, right? So, just realized I forgot to do streamer mode, but oh well. So we run on back out here. Get the kill on Vayne, nice. Going God knows where. I don't know what you do. Okay, so yeah, this is something I want you to focus on waves a lot more. Like in every single way. Getting more CS in lane, catching waves and pushing them, right? So here, instead of like going on this wild goose hunt for Jhin and then running all through their jungle, just go clear this wave and then go back top and clear this wave. Your team is already pushing bot, which is super good. So your job right now is just to manage these waves, manage the lanes, right? Just go push this wave out, have it push into them, push this wave out. Because what happens here, let's say hypothetically, even if you like go here and you end up catching Jhin or Kale and you kill them, what do you get out of it? You know? What do you actually get out of getting a kill here when mid wave is here and top wave is here, right? You can't translate a kill into anything. Whereas if you push these waves out and then you do some bushwhacking shit and look for a kill in the enemy jungle, well then once you get a kill, you can go and capitalize off of it, right? You can push this wave and get the top tower, right? You can go mid and do whatever. But when you don't have these waves pushed, it becomes really hard to capitalize off of any sort of kill you get here. So you're kind of just wasting your time being here. So yeah, the biggest thing I would say is like top lane, playing a top laner in the mid to late game is kind of a constant battle of impacting the map but also managing your side waves, right? And so you want to always be doing the choice that will make it so that you A, lose the least amount of minions in the side wave, B, always like keeping the waves pushed out once you have your advantage, right? Because what should happen this game is, since you're so much stronger than Kale, you should always be pushing Kale into her tower so that she always has to respond to you, right? And then you can move on the map and make things happen, right? So yeah, that's just like one big thing I've noticed so far is you're kind of like wasting time taking the Raptors, running around the map, you know, not responding to Neela in the first game. You need to focus more on the side waves. Push side wave first, and then look to make a play. This is just a bad play. It's just not great. I mean, it looks like it ends up going alright. So, alright, I changed my mind. You know what? Fuck me. Nice job. Good work. This actually ended up being really good. It looked bad at first because it was just you and Blitzcrank running at a bunch of people, but after a good Azir TP, and maybe I just underestimated how strong you are, this actually ends up going really well. So nice job. And especially because you didn't have ult either. But yeah, I guess this just still goes well for you guys, so super chill. Do you translate this to Atacon? Okay, I don't like this recall at all. So again, right, I want you to really focus on sideways. As soon as you get these kills, I want you to immediately run down here and push this next wave out. I want you to always be thinking about pushing the side wave, right? Is the most important thing that you can do as a top laner in the mid to late game, right? Because you end up dying to Malzahar, but imagine if before dying to Malzahar you would have pushed this wave out, right? Then these minions would be all the way up here, which makes it a lot harder for the enemy team to walk out onto the map and fight your team at Atacon, right? End up getting Atacon for free anyway. But the main idea is still there, right? If you ever watch high elo top laners, they're always pushing side waves, right? It's really important to nail this down as a habit, to just always push the side wave. But alright, Baron's up at 250, Dragon's up at 240. Dragon will be next objective on the map, so going top is good. I like it. You get tower. How do you guys end up losing this game? You're like shitting on us. You get tower. Keep going. Nice. Almost get a second tower. End up dying. How did you die here? Yeah, this is troll. Okay, yeah, this is bad. You can't go for something like this. Once you push that in, you got to realize that first of all, your team just died bot, so your Jinx is off the map. And second of all, that because all of these waves are shoved in, there's only one place that their team could be, right? If you don't see him answering this, and you know Vayne was here, well, that means that their team is going to be coming to you, buddy. Like, when you see this, and you see Vayne down here, you push this in, and their whole team just respawned, you know they're going to be coming at you, right? So there is no reason to keep walking back in here. Instead, just leave. Just walk away, and it's great. But you dying like this has a lot of consequences. I always tell people, like, dying less is one of the best ways to rank up, right? At this point, you've had, you know, 2 really bad deaths in this area that give the enemy, like, room to breathe and farm waves for free while you're off the map, right? And push waves out, which means you have to come and respond to them, right? It's not ideal. And so we run back out. But yeah, just another point on catching side waves is, like, if you look at your CS at 25 minutes, it should ideally be 200 plus when you win lane like that, but instead it's 126. So this just goes to show you that you really you need to be catching sideways more. And if I check real quick, if I go to Discord and I check this and I look at your average CS per game, I have a feeling it's not going to be very great. Yeah, see, 5.5 CS per game and 4.3 on Jax, right? And your average deaths is 6.3, which is also not great. So this is entirely because A, you're not paying attention to what's it called? Not paying attention to your waves in laning phase, right? Like, you're not getting enough CS, and B, because you're not catching side waves, right? When you're having these like 4-0-2 games where you're winning your lane, you need to be averaging 7 to 8 CS per minute, you know? That is ideal, not like 5.2, 4, 4.2, right? Like, that's really not great. This one was a good one, 7.1. But yeah, in general, dying less and getting more CS will have really good effects on your long-term heroic as a player. Alright, we run right out to the dragon and kind of overforce a fight here, right? Like if we look at the map, our Azir is side laning, right? Dragon doesn't spawn for another 20 seconds, and our Blitzcrank just respawn is running on the map. So why force a fight here? Like why would we take willingly a 3v4, hell, even a 2v4 before your team gets here, right? Like, I know you won your lane, but so far, a lot of the mistakes that result in you guys eventually... Actually, I think you do win this game, don't you? I'm pretty sure you win this one, but it's hard, right? Yeah, you do win this one. But a lot of the mistakes that result in it taking so long for you guys to win this game are your own fault, right? That's something you need to be... accountable for. I don't know, you might already take accountability for this stuff, but yeah, I think you're forcing some fights that you just don't need to. Like again, same thing, right? You run right out, they're on Baron. Dude, there is no need to sprint in here like this and like flash and go crazy. Like just take a breather. Chill out for a bit, right? Walk into this bush and just like click around. I know you get trapped, but once you get trapped like this, run backwards. Don't need to run forwards. If you are going to go for this flash play, you want to flash W auto, and then ult. But, yeah, overall, just, like, take a breather. Wait for your teammates to get in position. It's, like, the same thing when you were playing Jax and you stun 3 people in this area. You need to wait for your teammates to get in position before you engage like this, right? Because, like I said, your laning is really good. You're doing a good job building a lead, but you're just not... I mean, your hunch is correct. You're not playing well in the mid game. You're not managing side waves enough, and you're taking fights when you shouldn't. You're not being patient enough to take fights on good timers, and it's leading to a lot of unnecessary deaths, which eventually will stack up and let enemy team get an advantage. Now all of a sudden, you know, Kayle is higher level than you. Might even have more gold. No, not quite. But Kayle is like back in the game now because we spent so much time doing that shit. These kills are good, though. But again, right? You get your kill and you immediately run mid. Instead, push the wave out, right? You see how many waves you're dropping and how many minions you're not taking because of this, right? So really get in the habit of always pushing the side wave. I know you see, like, this stuff going on and you want to go help them out. But what do you guys get from these kills? You know, you might get a shutdown on Vayne, whatever. It doesn't mean anything, and this is something you see so often in low elo, is that people will like really lay out for kills and go crazy for kills, but because no one's pushing sideways, when you get these kills, you can't even get anything off of it because every single wave on the map is like pushing into you. So you get these kills, but you can't translate that into any objectives or structures because you're not pushing the side wave, right? So I really want you to get in the habit of every time you can, push the side wave into the enemy team's like side of the map. Obviously, you have to be careful and not get collapsed on, but always push the side wave into the enemy team's side of the map as often as you can before making plays, right? I don't know if there's really that much worth going over from here on out. Go in. Try to kill the Vayne. Close. End up getting a kill on the Vayne. Pretty good. Jax gets a kill as well. We respawn. Immediately run the dragon. Which makes sense, okay? Like, this is a time where I wouldn't shove sideway because it's soul, right? It's Dragon Soul. It's good for you to just be here. Ready to fight. So yeah, it's all a shove. Little deep there, but is what it is. In the hype at the moment. Disconnect. Reconnect. Get a kill. And again, right? It's like, it's the same thing over and over. I guess here it's like a little warranted because you're afraid of them doing Baron. But seriously, man, I need you to start pushing sideways more, right? That's like the biggest thing that's lacking in your mid-game, you know, macro, is you're not pushing sideways enough, and then like looking to make plays after pushing the side wave. And because of that, I imagine a lot of your games you're always stuck in scenarios like this, right? Like it relieves a lot of pressure if you push the wave up to here, right? But instead, when all the waves are like this like, this just sucks. It's just a shit position to be in as a team. And we run in and die, but our team gets an ace. We get there. Nice. Pretty cool. You respawn. Push out top a bit. But again, right, it's like the same thing, and you eventually realize it here, which is good. But, like, always push the side wave up and then rotate, right? And then here you should just keep pushing side, which looks like that's what you do. Nice. We died of it, which sucks. This main jungle really was fed, dude. Holy moly. But, I don't know. There's not too much you can really look at this game. Like, the rest of this game isn't worth looking at. I'll still zoom through it here, but at this point it's all like shenanigans. Oh, wait, does red team win this game? No. You guys won this game. I'm so confused how though. What happens? Oh, nice. Yeah, you guys just run it down mid and down. Oh. And the Crubs end the game. What a banger. But yeah, so from watching that, the biggest tips I can give you is to be more patient, right? Like, in the mid-game or whatever. At those moments where, like, you dropped Rift here and you died, right? And that resulted in you losing minion waves in the side. Or, you know, when your team is not in position and you're taking engages and stuff, it makes the game so much harder for you to win. And so these are a lot of things you definitely can work on. And most of it comes down to patience. And then the other thing is just pushing these side waves throughout the entire game, right? Always get in the habit of side wave, side wave, side wave. Perhaps, like, watch your favorite streamers. I don't know. I'm guessing you're a Raider viewer. It's, like, consider you play Darius and Jax. So maybe watch Raider and see what he does, right? You'll notice that if you really pay attention to, like, his side wave farming, you'll notice that he is always pushing out side waves for the most part before rotating to objectives and stuff. And obviously, like, it'll take a long time, a lot of playing to recognize those times where you do have to drop the side wave and just run straight to the objective. But for the most part, there's time in the game and you can be patient and push out the wave first and then look to fight objectives. So yeah, that'll pretty much do it. If you do have any questions about anything I went over here, just feel free to DM me in the ticket we have in the Discord. But yeah, I hope you learned some stuff, dude. I hope you found this valuable. Doses.